Leo rising December 2021 is ending the year on a note of a new romantic relationship. So after a past year and a half of hellishness in this area of your life, it looks like you have a takeaway and a plan to move forward with that decision in the next year. If you're excited to dive into the astrology and the tarot for your rising sign for this December, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Before we get into it, quick mention of two things that I use on a daily basis in crypto that you might be interested in. First is Swan Bitcoin. It's where I dollar cost average every month and buy a small amount of Bitcoin repeatedly. And if you use my link down below, you will get $10 of free Bitcoin upon signing up. And the second thing that I want to mention is Cointelegraph Markets Pro, a resource to track news and what's up and coming in the market. So it will let you know whether Bitcoin or altcoins are projected to perform better in the weeks to come. It will also let you know what coins are trending in the news so you can front run them and get ahead of the trade. So I use both of them regularly if you want to check them out down below. Hi, if we have not met yet, I am Maren. I am a professional astrologer using Hellenistic techniques within whole sign houses and the tropical zodiac if you're new here and confused about what system I'm using. On the 4th, we open the month with a solar eclipse in your Sagittarius 4th house. Solar eclipses are new beginnings on steroids that involve world events that influence us to have a new beginning that is a catalyst kind of area of life. And for you, it's in your 5th house of children, romance, and creativity. Looks like a new relationship that is romantic, finally coming out of the past year and a half of realizations. You decide what note you really want to lead on romantically for the year ahead. But this could also be children, like having a child if that's of interest, or a new note with your children, or a creative project really taking off. Now on the 6th to the 8th, Mars in your Scorpio 4th house will be squaring Jupiter in your Aquarius 7th house. So trouble or aggression or conflict at home goes up against progress and prioritizing a romantic committed relationship. Looks like maybe your parents aren't a fan of this person, or there's just a back and forth that is really tiring. On the 9th onward, Venus will conjoin Pluto in your Capricorn 6th house. Venus is values, Pluto is massive scale, and the 6th house is physical health and wellness. So it looks like you're suddenly really prioritizing taking care of your physical body. This is honestly one of the most major themes as we do head into the new year, that you're now focusing on how do I reroute the focus to better myself and my physical body. On the 11th to the 12th, the sun in your Sagittarius 5th house will be squaring Neptune in your 8th house of investments. So focusing on romance, creativity, and children is alongside some confusion about your financial focus, or your finances and your investing is not clear right now. So that is affecting the confidence that you can have in dating or in raising a child or investing in your creative projects. On the 14th, Mars enters your Sagittarius 5th house. There is more aggression, maybe even conflict in this romantic relationship, just more effort in general. On the 16th onward as well, Saturn in your 7th house is squaring Uranus in your 10th house. This has been a dominant aspect for the whole year, but it's especially relevant right now. We're trying to be serious and committed in romantic relationships is up against an unstable or constantly changing career. It's hard for you to stay in this relationship stable or keep it stable because of the changes in your career, and this is a point of tension. On the 19th, there's a full moon in your Gemini 11th house, an ending, a letting go, a culmination to your 11th house of groups, friends, and networking for the past year. So it looks like you could be letting go of being in a group or kind of organization, or just a group of friends is coming to a close. On the 20th, Venus stations retrograde. So with Venus conjunct Pluto, this is a very serious, very transformative reevaluation of values. For you, it's in the 6th house of physical health, wellness, coworkers, pets, things you have to manage on a daily basis. This will be really relevant for the next 2 months. On the 22nd, the sun enters Capricorn to prioritize this even more. Really shows that rethinking the values that you hold around physical upkeep and or your coworker dynamics are really getting the focus for this ending of the year. And on the 28th, Jupiter enters your Pisces 8th house. Jupiter was there May into July as a preview of the growth, abundance, and optimism coming into an area of life for you that's financial and sharing of resources. So anything that would have been really impressive or good for you financially May into July is more solidly coming your way as we enter 2022 for the really massive wins that are financial for you. If you have any thoughts down below about what's coming up for you, I would love to hear any thoughts, any opinions, any projected events that line up with what I'm seeing here. Always interested to hear down below. And let's get into the tarot. Tarot card for Leo rising for this month is the King of Stonks. So in this trading view deck, this is the King of Pentacles, the King of Stalks, basically. It is the King, which is the masculine assertive energy, and Pentacles, which is the worldly values. So heading into the next year, this year ends on the note of how do I take control of my own values, my own resources? Like that's like daddy energy card is what is on your plate to close out the year. If you did enjoy this, as always, make sure that you like, subscribe. It does help out in the algorithm. And as the last video for your rising sign for 2021, if you want to mention anything about what you've experienced or like things that transit-wise came up for you along the year that maybe I didn't touch on or I did and you want to emphasize, let me know in the comments. I always get interested to read. I see everything. So for now, I will see you in 2022. Take care. That will be the next one.